Number 30, A Killer Paradox. Based on the Naver webtoon of the same name by Komabi, A Killer Paradox is a crime thriller dark comedy television series written by Kim Da-min, directed by Lee Chang-hee. It was released on Netflix on February 9, 2024, and received generally positive reviews. Lee Tang, played by Choi Woo-sik, who was discharged from the army 6 months ago, struggles with his life and dreams of visiting Canada. He works at a convenience store and relies heavily on his parents for support. One night, he is assaulted by a customer, leading to a violent confrontation and the subsequent murder of the customer. Tang is guilt-ridden and prepares to turn himself in, but discovers his victim was a serial killer. Dutiful detective Jang Nangam, played by Son Suk-koo, remains uncooperative and keeps investigating. It is unclear if Nangam is onto him, but Tang continues to kill, revealing his hidden talent for detecting and killing previously unpunished evildoers without leaving any traceable evidence. Meanwhile, Song Chan, played Lee Hee-jun, is an ex-detective who chases after Lee Tang alone. The story explores the question of whether Tang is serving justice or evading it.
Number 29, The Trunk. The Trunk is a mystery melodrama television series based on the novel of the same name by Kim Ryu-ryong, written by Park Yoon-young, directed by Kim Kyu-tae. It was released on Netflix on November 29, 2024. No In-ji, played by So Hyun-jin, works for contract marriage provider NM. The company provides its clients with a spouse for a fixed-term 1-year contract marriage. No In-ji has finished her 4th contract marriage. She meets Han Jong-won, played by Gong Yoo, for her 5th contract marriage. Han Jong-won works as a music producer. His life is filled with anxiety and loneliness due to the pain from his past. He still badly misses his ex-wife So-yoon, played by Jong Yoon-ha, who applied for the spouse providing company NM for him. Han Jong-won meets No In-ji from NM and he begins his 2nd marriage with her. They get to know each other and used to each other as time passes. One day, a mysterious trunk is recovered from a lake. This leads them into a whirlwind of secrets behind the NM company.
Number 28, Gyeongsong Creature Season 2, a historical drama suspense mystery horror television series written by Kang Un-kyung, directed by Jung Dong-yoon, Ro Young-sub, and Jo Young-min. In Season 1, in the spring of 1945 in Gyeongsong, during the Japanese occupation of Korea, Jang Tae-sang, played by Park Seo-joon, the master of the city's most lucrative pawn shop, and Yoon Chae-ok, played by Han So-hee, a tracker searching for her missing mother, confront a strange creature born from biological experiments conducted in secret within Ongseong Hospital. Now in Season 2, set in the year 2024 in Seoul, South Korea, Ho-jae, who strongly resembles Jang Tae-sang, and Yoon Chae-ok meet each other. They dig into the story of their unfinished relationship, fate, and their past from Gyeongsong.
Number 27, Squid Game Season 2. Squid Game 2 is created by Korean television producer and writer Hwang Dong-hyuk. After winning the Squid Game and receiving its massive cash prize, Song Gi-hoon, played by Lee Jong-jae, planned to live a new life in the United States. However, Song Gi-hoon, still haunted by the deaths of all the players he competed with, decided to skip his flight and return to Seoul. He spends the next 3 years looking for the people responsible for the Squid Game. He has enlisted the help of loan shark company Sunshine Capital to find the people who work for the Squid Game. Meanwhile, Detective Hwang Jun-ho, played Wee Ha-jun, has opted to transfer from the Major Crimes Division and work for a small neighborhood police substation. In his free time, he works with Captain Park, played Oh Dal-soo, and travels on his boat to try to find the island where he saw a game take place that involved the deaths of the players. His brother Hwang In-ho, played by Lee Byung-hun, was on that island. Soon, Song Gi-hoon is able to join a new round of the Squid Game, but his goal this time is to stop the game once and for all. The season garnered positive reviews from critics. The 3rd and final season is confirmed to be released in 2025, which was filmed back-to-back with the 2nd season.
Number 26, Love Next Door, written by Shin Ha-eun, directed by Yoo Jae-won. Choi Sung-hyo, played by Jong Hae-in, is the most noteworthy young architect in Korea, and he runs the architecture atelier In. Not only is he nearly perfect as an architect, but he is also very attractive and has a great personality. Yet, Choi Sung-hyo has experienced moments that he wants to erase from his life. Those moments usually involve Bae Suk-ryu, played Jong So-min. When they were 4 years old, their moms became friends. Because of their moms, Choi Sung-hyo and Bae Suk-ryu spent a lot of time together, like bathing together at a women's bathhouse. Now, Choi Sung-hyo meets Bae Suk-ryu as an adult. While growing up, Bae Suk-ryu's life was smooth sailing. During her school days, she never missed ranking first academically at her school. She was always passionate and energetic in the things she did. After graduating from university, she was hired by a large company in the United States of America. She worked hard as a project manager, but for some reason, she quit her job. She has been unemployed since then. Then she went back to Korea and meets Choi Sung-hyo again. Love Next Door is a romantic television series you'll love and laugh.
Number 25. High School Return of a Gangster. High School Return of a Gangster is a South Korean fantasy teen action television series based on the manhwa of the same Korean title by Horol. The 47-year-old criminal Kim Duk-pal, played by Lee So-jin, is the second-ranking member of his gang. Because of his poor parents, he lacks formal schooling, yet he aspires to go to college. It's not simple, but he has been studying to fulfill his desire. Kim Duk-pal witnesses Song Yi-hyun, played by Yoon Chan-young, a young guy, on the verge of despair one day. At that point, the body of the distraught 19-year-old high school student is possessed by the spirit of Kim Duk-pal. Soon after, Kim Duk-pal finds out that Song Yi-hyun has been tormented and has considered leaving the world as a result. Now, Kim Duk-pal, in the body of Song Yi-hyun, takes on the bullies to punish them and becomes friends with classmate Choi Se-kyung, played by Bong Jae-hyun. Choi Se-kyung is a model student who appears to be in a perfect situation, but he suffers from his father. High School Return of a Gangster certainly has interesting characters and exciting storyline.
Number 24, Gangnam B-Side, a crime thriller television series written and directed by Park Nu-ri with Joo Won-gyu. A series of disappearances takes place in Gangnam, Seoul. Jae-hee, played by BB, works for a famous bar in Gangnam, and she knows a secret involving the series of disappearances, but she also vanishes. People that become involved with the case include Detective Kang Dong-woo, played by Jo Woo-jin, who was demoted and then returned to work, Gangnam outlaw Yoon Gil-ho, played by Ji Chang-wook, who put himself on the list of suspects, and prosecutor Min Seo-jin, played Ha Yoon-kyung, who works on this case as an opportunity to raise her status. They chase after the truth of the case for different reasons. Gangnam B-Side is a gripping drama that sheds light on the harsh realities of South Korea's nightlife. While it may not be perfect, its intense storytelling and strong performances make it worth watching for fans of gritty, action-packed dramas. Gangnam B-Side has been such an intense ride so far. Ji Chang-wook delivers another incredible performance, and his action scenes are on point as always.
Number 23. Good Partner. Written by Choi Yoona, co-directed by Kim Ga-ram and Ahn Ji-suk, Cha Eun-kyung, played Jang Na-ra, is a 17-year veteran star lawyer at law firm Daejong. Her speciality is in the field of divorce law. While working on divorce cases, she soon faces a crisis with her own potential divorce. At her law firm, she works alongside rookie lawyer Han Yoo-ri, played by Nam Ji-hyun. They are completely different from each other. Han Yoo-ri doesn't tolerate injustice, while Cha Eun-kyung believes that the interests of the law firm and her clients come first no matter what. Due to their differences in values and experience, they have disagreements on everything. While working through their differences, they both experience a big change in their lives. They also work with lawyers Young Woo-jin, played by Kim Jun-han, and lawyer John Eun-ho, played by Pyo Ji-hoon, at law firm Daejong. Good Partner feels like it gets better with each episode. This is also due to the development of the protagonists as they sincerely face their personal concepts and convictions again and again in the context of their cases. All of this makes Good Partner a deserved success. TV audience in the country more than doubled over the course of the 16 episodes. Understandably so. I can definitely recommend this series.
Number 22, What Comes After Love, a South Korean romance melodrama television series based on the novel Things That Come After Love by Gong Ji-young and Hitonari Tsuji, and depicts a love beyond national boundaries between a Korean woman and a Japanese man. The series was written by Young Hae-sim, directed by Moon Hyun-sung. A fateful love unfolds when a young Korean woman named Hong, played by Lee Si-young, meets a Japanese man named Jungo, played Kentaro Sakaguchi, while she is studying and working in Japan. The narrative goes back and forth in time between present-day Korea and Japan 5 years previously. In the present day, Jungo has become a novelist with the pseudonym Sasai Hikari, and is having his novel, What Comes After Love, published in Korean translation, and travels there to publicize it. Unbeknownst to him and Hong, the book has been published by the publishing company owned by Hong's father, where she also works in a senior position. She is asked to step in at the last minute to act as interpreter when he arrives at the airport, and she is horrified to discover who the author is. Hong keeps her distance from Jungo while he is in Korea, even though he attempts to get her attention with the aim of getting them to talk things through. She then discovers that his novel is based on the story of their relationship, where he was dismissive of her when she was in Korea, leaving her alone while he busied himself working, which drove her to escape him. This is a melodrama, so the story is not your typical fluffy Japanese Korean drama. The drama started off with a fast pace. The story is very straightforward, and no slow burn trope here, yet the story is mixed with angst.
Number 21, Parasite the Grey. a sci-fi horror body snatcher television series directed and co-written by Yoon Sang-ho. The series is a live-action spin-off of the manga series Parasite by the Japanese artist Hitoshi Iwaki and depicts a confrontation with unidentified parasitic creatures that live on humans and have the urge to kill humans. The story depicts parasites that fall from space and begin to kill to gain their own power by controlling the human brain and body by living off human hosts. The story revolves around Jong-soo, played by Jeon So-ni, who is infected with a parasite on her hand and starts a strange cohabitation as it fails to steal her brain. Seo Kang-woo, played by Koo Kyo-hwan, chases parasitic water to find his missing sister, and Choi Jun-kyung, played by Lee Jung-hyun, is the team leader of the parasitic life team, the Grey, and lives only to exterminate the parasitic water after losing her husband to the parasites. Parasite the Grey somehow managed to tell a compelling story with great characters within a short 6 episodes.
Number 20, Pyramid Game. Pyramid Game is a psychological thriller survival mystery television series created by Lee Jae-kyu, written by Choi Soo-hee, directed by Park So-yeon. Based on the Naver webtoon of the same name by Dalgonyak, it tells the story of an all-girls high school where popularity polls are used to rank students in class, and the differential treatment leads to school violence. Sung Soo-ji, played by Bona, is transferred to Baekhyun Girls High School in Seoul. She begins classes there in grade 2, class 5. On her first day at her new school, she notices her class being generally peaceful, but also a bit weird. She has to participate in a strange vote called the Pyramid Game, where the students in grade 2, class 5 participate. The game is held once a month and it is like a popularity vote, but the student who gets the lowest number of votes gets an F and becomes the target of school violence. Sung Soo-ji gets 0 number of votes and becomes the next target. She is bullied by her classmates and nobody seems to care about that in her class. Sung Soo-ji tries to get out of her predicament and also tries to end the pyramid game at her school. The tale is not all doom and gloom. Amid the savage social melee, a rose blossoms between the thorns. We bear witness to the blossoming of camaraderie and tender romance between the girls.
Number 19, Dr. Slump. Dr. Slump is a mix of medical drama and romantic comedy, written by Baek Seon-woo, directed by Oh Hyun-jong. During his school days, Yeo Jong-woo, played by Park Hyung-sik, always placed first in academics, and he studied at the top medical school in the country. Yeo Jong-woo is now a popular plastic surgeon. His life goes smoothly, but due to a mysterious medical accident, his life is pushed to the edge. At this time, he meets Nam Han-yul, played by Park Shin-hye. She was a rival in his past, and he meets her at the lowest point in his life. Nam Han-yul works as an anesthesiologist. When she was growing up, people called her a genius due to her extreme intelligence. She studied hard and became a doctor. Her life consists of only work and studying. She doesn't have any time to experience fun. One day, Nam Han-yul realizes she isn't happy with her life, and she wants to make a change. At this time, she meets Yeo Jong-woo during one of the worst moments in her life. They comfort each other, and a romantic relationship blossoms between them. Dr. Slump could have been a 9 or a 10, with a great cast that combines playfulness with bickering and lots of found family and love. The characters are overall interesting, and there is just enough suspense and drama to keep it interesting.
Number 18, Flex X Cop. Flex X Cop is an action, comedy, romance, and crime story. It is based on a format created by Shreda and a remake of the 2015 Russian television series Silver Spoon. Jin Yisu, played by An Bo-hyun, is a third-generation member of a chaebol family. He has a childish personality and loves to have fun. Jin Yisu becomes a detective for a police violent crimes team. He tries to wipe out criminals by using his enormous wealth, personal connections, and his brilliant intelligence. He works with Lee Gang-hyun, played Park Ji-hyun, who leads the violent crimes team. She is a veteran detective and highly dedicated to catching criminals. She also has smooth social skills. Although Lee Gang-hyun views Jin Yisu as a thorn in her side, they begin to work together as partners. She experiences a big change in her deceptive life. It's unique to find comedy, action, mystery, thriller aspects in one drama. Typically, thrillers erase the humor plot and increase the seriousness of the story. But Flex X Cop effectively combined its 4 parts and delivered an enjoyable drama. Overall, an enjoyable drama with engaging story, good acting from every actor.
Number 17, Family by Choice. Family by Choice is a mix of romantic comedy, coming of age, and family drama. Based on the Chinese drama Go Ahead by Shui Qianmo and Wang Xiongcheng. The series is written by Hong Si-young and directed by Kim Sung-ho. Family by Choice tells the heartfelt story of Kim San-ha, played by Hwang In-yop, Yoon Ju-won, played by Jung Chae-yeon, and Kang Hae-jun, played by Bae Hyun-sung, 3 individuals who, though unrelated by blood, forge an unbreakable bond during their teenage years. Raised under the devoted care of Ju-won's father, Yoon Jong-jae, who owns a kalguksu restaurant, and Sanha's father, Kim Dae-wook. They grow up together as family. Despite the absence of their mothers, the two fathers create a nurturing and joyful environment for the trio. However, circumstances pull Sanha and Hae-jun away from their close-knit family, forcing them to part ways. A decade later, the three reunite, uncovering long-buried memories and rekindling the profound connections that shaped their lives. As a K-drama fan and C-drama fan, I really love Go Ahead series, and I also looking forward to see this because in C-drama, the whole series was 40 episodes, so making it in a 16 episodes sound kind of tough, but believe me, this story just wow and awesome.
Number 16, Miss Night and Day. Miss Night and Day is a playful fantasy romantic comedy. Lee Mi-jin, played Jung Eun-ji, is a single woman in her 20s. She has been struggling to find a decent job for years. While preparing to get a job, she does part-time work and obtains skill certificates. One day, when she wakes up in the morning, she finds herself in the body of someone in her 50s. Since then, when the sun rises, she becomes the person in her 50s. During the night, she returns to her 20s self. She takes her tragedy as an opportunity to get a job. During the day, she begins to work as an intern at Sohan District Public Prosecutor's Office with the name of Lim Sun, played by Lee Jung-eun. She works for Prosecutor Ge Ji-eung, played by Choi Jin-hyuk. Even though she appears as a woman in her 50s, she is an all-round intern who can easily accomplish various tasks. Meanwhile, Ge Ji-eung is a prosecutor who works on drug cases at the Sohan District Public Prosecutor's Office. He is smart and handsome, but he is a perfectionist who doesn't tolerate mistakes, and his life revolves around his work. Due to his extreme attitude, his staff members usually quit one after the other. He decides to hire Im Soon, and he somehow gets involved with Lee Mi-jin during the night. So, if you're looking for a good one to laugh hard at times, but want the love story to be a believable one, the suspense not to be cheap, and you don't mind some Groundhog Day magic or that generic mismatched love triangle, dig in, try Miss Night and Day.
Number 15. Welcome to Samdal-ri. Welcome to Samdal-ri, a romantic comedy drama television series written by Kwon Hae-ju and directed by Cha Young-hoon. Cho Young-pil, played by Ji Chang-wook, works as a weather forecaster in Jeju Island. He is famous for being an uncontrollable person at the meteorological agency. When he thinks he is right, he is not afraid of expressing his view to even the administrator at the meteorological agency. He first wanted to become a weather forecaster after his mother died due to an incorrect weather forecast. She worked as a female diver. Cho Young-pil was born and raised at Samdal-ri on Jeju Island. He loves his hometown of Samdal-ri and Jeju Island so much, and he still lives there and takes care of the elders. He has a childhood friend, Cho Samdal, played by Shin Hae-sun. They were born in the same year and grew up together. Even though they were close for many years, they grew apart. Cho Samdal is a famous photographer who works under the alias of Jo Yoon-hae in Seoul. She reached the pinnacle of her profession after working very hard as an assistant for 8 years in the fashion photography industry. Due to an event, she loses her photography career and her life collapses. She returns to her hometown of Samdal-ri, which is a place she always wanted to leave. Cho Young-pil and Cho Samdal meet again after many years, and their relationship develops romantically. Welcome to Samdal-ri is a photogenic and slow-burn series with a chill story vibe, as Jeju Island is a treasure of the story as it shows wonders placed with lovely people as its heart.
Number 14, Mr. Plankton. Mr. Plankton is a romantic comedy television series written by Jo Young and directed by Hong Jong-chan. Nobody loves Hae-jo, played by Woo Do-hwan, because nobody, including Hae-jo, knows who is his real father. This makes people think he is like an impure substance among them. One day, he hears news that will change his life. He decides to go look for his real father. He happens to have Jo Jae-mi, played by Lee Yumi, accompany him on his journey. Jo Jae-mi always wanted to have a family. She is going to marry Eo-hyung, played by Oh Jung-se, who is the successor in the Eo family. The Eo family, including their mother Boom Ho-ja, played by Kim Hae-suk, run a food company. They don't like Jo Jae-mi as Eo-hyung's wife, but accept her because Eo-hyung told them that she is pregnant. On the day of their wedding and before the wedding ceremony starts, Jo Jae-mi disappears with Hae-jo. Combining the angsty plot of terminal illness while also trying to maintain loud and slapstick humor is a very difficult feat, but Mr. Plankton managed to do it extremely well. The humorous scenes are laugh-out-loud funny, while the sad scenes still hit really hard, and I never felt like I was getting whiplash between them.
Number 13. No Gain, No Love. No Gain, No Love is a romantic comedy written by Kim Hae-young and directed by Kim Jong-sik. Sun Hae-young, played by Shin Min-ah, is the type of person who doesn't want to lose money under any circumstance. When growing up, she had to share her mother's love with others. She often found her partners in relationships below her break-even point. Now, Sun Hae-young faces the possibility of missing out on a job promotion at her workplace. To avoid such a loss, she makes a plan for a fake wedding. She recruits Kim Ji-wook, played by Kim Young-dae, to be her fiancé. Kim Ji-wook works part-time as a cashier at a convenience store. He is the type of person who can't ignore people in need and tries to do the right thing. He is smooth with every customer at the convenience store, except for one person. That person is Sun Hae-young. When she suddenly asks him to become the fake groom at her wedding, he somehow accepts her offer. In essence, No Gain, No Love is an extremely fun drama. A drama you wouldn't want to miss. A 1 in a million. This is a drama I'd recommend for you to watch without hesitating. Whether you're sad or not, just tune in and you'll forget about life's problem for a while. Enjoy the fun ride.
Number 12, Chief Detective 1958. Chief Detective 1958 is period drama, crime, comedy, and action series, written by Kim Young-shin and directed by Kim Sung-hoon. As a prequel of the series Chief Inspector, it depicts a retro crime investigation drama with the romance and joy of analog investigation, where crimes are solved solely with innate sense, insight, and tenacity, without profiling or the common use of CCTV. In 2023, 92-year-old Park Young-han, played by Lee Ja-hoon, once a revered detective known as the Columbo of Korea, visits Jongnam Police Station to check on his grandson, Park Jun-seo, a rookie cop. The story shifts to Park Young-han's early years in 1958, where he earned fame as a crime fighter in Gyeonggi Province. After transferring to Seoul's Jongnam Station, he confronts a powerful gang controlled by political connections and corruption. Undeterred, he uses his wit and experience to uncover smuggling operations and confront the systemic issues plaguing the police force. This drama is weirdly good. It's unlike most exaggerated detective dramas, where the detectives go against the tide and challenge every villain they come across. This is more realistic, and the detectives know when to stop. This is also because media wasn't a huge luxury in this period and investigations were not very advanced. The set of this drama was particularly very noteworthy. The vibe it gives was just perfect for this period drama. And also, the overall vibe is different from most detective dramas I have watched so far.
Number 11, Death's Game. Death's Game is a Korean fantasy anthology mystery thriller television series written and directed by Ha Byung-hoon, based on a webtoon of the same name by Lee Won-sik and Gul-chan, which was serialized on Naver in 2019. It depicts the story of a person who, in the midst of frustration, begins a new life with death. Choi Yi-jae, played by Seo In-guk, the protagonist of Death's Game, is a young man who, after 7 years of unemployment, tries to give up his life. Death, played by Park So-dam, however, is offended by Yi-jae's lack of concern for sacrificing his life. So she chooses to punish him by making him play a game in which he must reincarnate and loses his life 12 times before being sent to hell. But Yi-jae discovers that if he survives in any of the 12 incarnations, he will be able to continue living. Even after making a bad decision about his life, he begins to question whether things would have gone differently if he had lived the lives of others. As a loyal K-drama fan, Death's Game Part 2 was a beautiful addition to my favorite dramas. It was indeed a fun ride filled with twists and turns. I loved how fast-paced it was. It felt like it had everything a show needed. The twist after twist had blown my mind and heart again and again throughout all episodes. This series is the mixture of drama, fantasy, comedy, suspense, thriller, and action, full of crucial life lessons, realization, and tackled different issues happening in our society even right now.
Number 10. The Judge from Hell. The Judge from Hell is a mix of dark fantasy, action, and legal thriller, written by Jo Yi-soo, directed by Park Jin-pyo. Justicia, played by Oh Nara, a merciless demon judge from hell, is exiled by Bail, played by Shin Sung-rok, to Earth after wrongly condemning the innocent judge Kang Bitna, played by Park Shin-hae, to eternal punishment. As part of her penance, Justicia is placed in Bitna's body, now tasked with living as a judge in the human world for a year, while fulfilling a far darker mission: to track down and condemn 10 ruthless individuals responsible for the deaths of others, all without a trace of remorse. With no interest in the lives around her, Justicia's only focus is to carry out her mission and send these souls to hell, knowing failure means her own demise. Soon, she encounters Han Da-on, played by Kim Jae-young, a sharp-witted detective of Violent Crimes Unit 2 at Nobong Police Station, who's known for his meticulous approach to justice. Unaware of Bitna's true identity, he begins to investigate the strange cases connected to her judgments and his own painful past gradually coming to light. Park Shin-hae truly outdid herself in this drama. Everything from acting to visual effects made this show incredibly enjoyable. The slow humanization of Kang Bitna and the dehumanization of Han Da-on is intriguing, and the show keeps you on the edge of your seat constantly. The plot twists that leave you in awe and action scenes that leave you stunned. The drama is actually really fun, apart from the dark side to it, which is a bonus. I highly recommended watching it.
Number 9. The Auditors. The Auditors is a work-life and action drama written by Choi Min-ho and co-directed by Kwon Young-il and Joo Sang-gyu. Shin Cha-il, played by Shin Ha-kyun, begins work as the leader of the audit team at JU Construction, where corruption runs rampant. Shin Cha-il doesn't have faith in other people. He has a cool demeanor and carries out his work with sharp judgment and decisive action. The audit team also includes rookie employee Gu Han-soo, played by Lee Jong-ha. He initially applied for the audit team as a stepping stone to get transferred to his company's Florida branch, but his plan is not easy because of Shin Cha-il. Unlike his boss, Gu Han-soo is a nice and warm-hearted person. Working with Shin Cha-il, Gu Han-soo grows as an audit team member. Meanwhile, Hwang Dae-woong, played by Jin Gu, is the vice president of JU Construction, and he is third son of the company's founder. His ambition is to become the president of the company by beating his two older brothers for the position. Yoon Seo-jin, played by Jo A-ram, is also a rookie employee on the audit team at JU Construction. She is an individualist who aims for success. She has a totally opposite personality from Gu Han-soo. She has also known Vice President Hwang Dae-woong since she was a child, but they pretend that they don't know each other at work. This drama starts off slowly, gradually immersing you in its world. The story and the characters succeeds in keeping the viewers hooked. I honestly had no expectations when I started this, but it maintained my interest all the way through. By the end, the drama delivers a satisfying conclusion that ties together its themes and character arcs, leaving us with a sense of closure.
Number 8. The Whirlwind. The Whirlwind is a political drama television series written by Park Kyung-soo, directed by Kim Yong-wan. Park Dong-ho, played by Seo Kyung-gu, is the Prime Minister of South Korea. He wants to punish the corrupt president who colludes with powerful family-owned corporations called chaebols and change the world of politics. For that, Park Dong-ho decides to assassinate the president. Jung Soo-jin, played by Kim Hee-ae, is the deputy prime minister. She confronts Park Dong-ho, and then a fierce political strife ensues. The Whirlwind was a high-stakes political drama that pitted two formidable players against each other. Lies, corruption, bribery, murder. There was nothing off the table in this deadly game for power. In the end, the winner would be the one who was willing to place all their chips on the table in a daring bet, risking everything. The Whirlwind is one of the best dramas of 2024. If you're unsure about watching it, just go ahead and watch at least 2 episodes. You won't be disappointed. This drama was incredibly well done, with acting, pacing, and scheming by the actors all on point.
Number 7. Marry My Husband. Marry My Husband is a romantic fantasy and revenge story, written by Shin Yu-dam and directed by Park Won-guk and Han Jin-son. It is based on a web novel of the same name, which was also serialized as a webtoon. Kang Ji-won, played by Park Min-young, is married to Park Min-hwan, played by Lee Yi-kyung. Her marriage life is not going well due to her selfish husband and his demanding mother. Kang Ji-won is the breadwinner of the family, while her husband Park Min-hwan is unemployed and in debt. Kang Ji-won also does all of the housework herself. One day, Kang Ji-won learns she has cancer, and she doesn't have much time left to live. Making things worse, she witnesses her husband and her close friend Jong Soo-min, played by Song Ha-yoon, having an affair. She gets into a physical struggle with the two of them, and she is killed by her husband, Park Min-hwan. The next moment, Kang Ji-won opens her eyes and finds herself in the past, 10 years earlier, when she was dating Park Min-hwan. She decides to change her life by making Jong Soo-min marry Park Min-hwan. Meanwhile, Yoo Ji-hyuk, played by Na In-woo, works as a chief in the same department as Kang Ji-won. He has a crush on her and he slowly reveals his feelings to her. He also has a secret. Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions. It's the typical time travel versus revenge plot, but with so many twists. Marry My Husband takes us on a captivating journey of fantasy, romance, and time travel. This enchanting series flawlessly blends a mesmerizing storyline with genuinely incredible chemistry between the leads.
Number 6. The Atypical Family. The Atypical Family is a fantasy romance created by Gleline and Kang Yoon-kyung, written by Joo Hwa-mi, and directed by Jo Hyun-taek. Bo Gui-ju, played by Jang Ki-young, and his family were born with different supernatural powers. Bo Gui-ju is able to travel back in time, but only to happy times in his life. He can't change the past, so he can only dwell on those happy moments. Bok Gui-ju becomes afflicted with depression, and this leads him to lose his supernatural power. His family also loses their own powers due to modern-day problems like insomnia, bulimia, and smartphone addiction. One day, Do Da-hai, played by Chun Woo-hee, happens to get involved with Bok Gui-ju and his family. She begins to live with them, and change occurs. Much of the show revolves around the on-off relationship between Gui-ju and Da-hai. While she first tries to secure a marriage with him to gain a share in his family's fortune for her unpleasant stepfamily, led by a conniving mother, both characters increasingly fall for one another, interrupted by their scheming families, near-death experiences, and time travels. The two matriarchs constantly spar, seeking control over money and their children. This series has a sophisticated atmospheric magic blended with real-life traumas and believable characters. Every person in the drama is flawed, but relatable and likable. Atypical Family is an excellent example of how one person can have an effect on another person, either good or bad. This drama is one of the best of 2024.
Number 5. Love in the Big City. Love in the Big City is a 2024 South Korean melodrama, coming-of-age slice-of-life television series based on the novel of the same name by Sang-young Park. It depicts the journey of a gay man as he navigates life and love in Seoul. The screenplay is written by Park and co-directed by He Jin-ho, Hong Ji-young, Son Tae-gyum, and Kim Se-in. An audacious tale of two roommates, one a gay man and another a straight woman. Through the eyes of Choi Mi-ae, played by Lee Soo-kyung, begins Ko-young, played by Nam Yoon-soo's clumsy love story. Stories of laughter, tears, and wounds between a mother in denial of her son's sexuality and his being unable to escape societal judgment. Ko-young finally meets a pure love like no other, Gyu-ho, played by Jin Ho-yoon, but has no choice but to let him go. With Gyu-ho gone, Ko-young follows a stranger to Thailand and spends a late monsoon vacation. Reminiscing about the good old days that can never be retrieved, he achieves complete personal growth. The actors of Love in the Big City are absolute stars, and they completely brought these characters to life in a way that left me shook. Ko-young is portrayed so sensible, and I am just in awe of how the actor brought all those emotions out. You can literally see the struggles in his eyes. He perfectly shows us the heartache and longing that makes you root for him.
Number 4. Jonghyun the Star is Born. Jonghyun the Star is Born is a period drama, coming-of-age and musical series, written by Choi Hyo-bi, starring Kim Tae-ri, Shin Ye-yoon, Ra Mi-ran, Jung Yoon-chae, and Kim Yoon-hae. Based on a Naver webtoon of the same Korean title by Seo Il-rae and Naemun. It depicts the entry and growth of a girl born with a talent for singing in the 1950s. In the 1950s, right after the Korean War, Yoon Jong-yeon, played by Kim Tae-ri, barely makes a living by selling clams with her mother, Seo Young-rae, played by Moon So-ri, in Mokpo. Her dream is to go to Seoul and work as an actress for a woman's gukgwaek theater company while becoming rich. One day, Yoon Jong-yeon watches a performance by the Maran Women's Gukgwaek Theater Company, which is led by director Kang So-bok, played by Ra Mi-ran. The theater company came to Mokpo from Seoul during their nationwide tour. Seeing their performance, Yoon Jong-yeon is inspired to turn her dream into reality. She secretly gets into the luggage compartment of the Myron Women's Gukgwaek Theater Company and soon becomes a trainee for the theater company in Seoul. There she meets Heo Young-seo, played by Shin Ye-yoon. Heo Young-seo is also a trainee and excellent at singing, dancing, and acting. As time passes, Yoon Jong-yeon and Heo Young-seo become rivals with each other. Jonghyun the Star is Born is a different drama from the rest. The actors bright so much in the series. Kim Tae-ri leads a fantastic ensemble. But even if she once again surpasses herself here, she is not alone, but the whole, which is more than the sum of its parts. Just as the show on the Guguk stage is a co-creation in which everyone is giving their best, according to their role and tasks, so that something great can come of it. And so all the ladies contribute in their own unique way to the success of this fantastic production.
Number 3. A Shop for Killers. A Shop for Killers is an action drama co-created, co-written, and co-directed by Lee Kwon. Based on a novel of the same Korean title by Kang Ji-young, the story is about a girl who lost her parents and grew up in the hands of her uncle, who runs a suspicious online shop. The story revolves around Jong Ji-yeon, played by Kim Hye-jun, a young woman whose seemingly ordinary life changes dramatically after her uncle, Jong Jin-man, played by Lee Dong-wook, dies unexpectedly. Ji-yeon was raised by her uncle after her parents died when she was very young. He owned a seemingly ordinary shopping mall, but Ji-yeon soon discovers a dark secret. The mall was actually a front for a clandestine operation that provided weapons and equipment to professional killers. With her uncle gone, Ji-yeon unwittingly inherits his dangerous legacy. She is pursued by a variety of individuals, including rival killers, powerful organizations, and even law enforcement, all of whom want to capitalize on her uncle's connections and the resources he left behind. Forced to confront the truth about her uncle's past, Ji-yeon must navigate this treacherous world. She struggles with the moral ramifications of her uncle's actions, while also attempting to survive and protect herself from the deadly threats that now surround her. A Shop for Killers was a really excellent action thriller with amazing fight choreography, suspense, and action sequences. Each episode is dark, violent, psychotic, and intense.
Number 2, Queen of Tears. Queen of Tears is a romantic comedy television series written by Park Ji-yoon and co-directed by Jang Young-woo and Kim Hee-won. According to Nielsen Korea, the series recorded a nationwide TV rating of 24,850% for its final episode and became the highest-rated TVN series, surpassing Crash Landing on You. In Netflix's biannual engagement report released in September 2024, Queen of Tears was the most-watched Korean television series of all time on Netflix, with 682.6 million hours viewed in total. Queen of Tears became the first Korean television series to win at both the Asian Academy Creative Awards and Asian Television Awards in the same year, receiving the Best Direction at the former and the Best Scriptwriting at the latter. The series also won the Best Drama Award at the Korea Drama Awards and the Seoul International Drama Awards. A miraculous love story is told where married couple Baek Hyun-woo, played by Kim So-hyun, and Hong Hae-in, played by Kim Ji-won, go through a crisis. Baek Hyun-woo works as the legal director for conglomerate Queens Group. He is the most successful person to have come from his hometown village of Yeongdo-ri, and he is the pride of that village. Baek Hyun-woo is married to Hong Hae-in, who is the daughter of the family that owns and operates Queens Group. She is known as the arrogant queen at Queens Department Store. The series explores the nuances of a married couple going through a difficult time together. There is no doubt that Hong Hae-in and Baek Hyun-woo's relationship will go down as one of the best K-drama romances of all time. Kim Ji-won and Kim Soo-hyun's career-best performances as the turbulent married couple and their incredible chemistry make every moment they are on screen together absolutely magical, turning what could have been a romantic fantasy into something incredibly real. Queen of Tears may not have stuck its ending, but its build-up was so thrilling that it's hard not to consider it the best K-drama of 2024.
Number 1, Lovely Runner. Lovely Runner is based on a web novel titled Tomorrow's Best, which was also serialized as a webtoon by illustrator Dung Dung. Stuck in development limbo for 3 years prior to its production, Lovely Runner was never supposed to become the year's most beloved Korean drama. However, when the time-slip romance premiered on TVN domestically and Viki internationally in April, it steadily built on its weekly audience. By the time Lovely Runner's series finale dropped in late May, millions of K-drama fans around the world had become invested in the story of Sol and Sunjae, desperate to find out if their love could withstand the cruel vagaries of fate. Reminiscent of that other great time-slip drama, Your Name, Lovely Runner begins with a main character who is missing much of the context for her own love story. Im Sol, extraordinary Yu's Kim Hae-yoon, doesn't know that Ryu Sunjae's 20th century girl's Byun Woo-suk, the K-pop idol object of her affections, lived next door in high school. She doesn't know that Sunjae's old watch, an exorbitantly priced item secured by Superstan Sol at a fan auction, has the power to throw her back in time. And she doesn't know that she may be the only person who can save Sunjae from an untimely demise. Kim and Byun give career skyrocketing performances as Sol and Sunjae across different eras of their lives, making us believe they are teenagers, then college kids, and then young adults, and always in love with one another. The term melodrama includes the Greek root melos, meaning music. Most of the best melodrama filmmakers understand how vital a Tool soundtrack can be for heightening viewers' emotional catharsis, helping us identify and empathize with what the characters are going through. This is the power of a good melodrama soundtrack, and the many people behind the Lovely Runner OST understood the assignment. Tracks Spring Snow from popular Korean band 10 cm and Sudden Shower, a ballad performed by star Byun in character as K-pop idol Sunjae, came to define the agony and joy of a love that transcends time. The latter track charted internationally and was performed live by Byun at Mama Awards 2024, one of K-pop's biggest nights, highlighting just how popular Lovely Runner had become. The 2024 TV series Lovely Runner has won several awards, from APAN Star Awards, Brand of the Year Awards, Asian Academy Creative Awards, AACA, Asia Content Awards, Seoul Drama Awards, and Philippine Star Awards. Lovely Runner has built a strong fan base despite its modest ratings. The popularity of the show's lead actors, Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hae-yoon, has contributed to its success. Lovely Runner was never supposed to be 2024's best K-drama. It didn't have the industry's biggest budgets or its most high-profile stars. Instead, it had a good, well-executed story. In the end, the thing that matters most.
And that wraps up our coverage of the best K-drama of 2024. From heart-fluttering romances to jaw-dropping plot twists, this year truly gave us stories to remember.
Absolutely. Whether your favorite drama made the cut or not, one thing's for sure. K-drama keeps raising the bar. We can't wait to see what's in store for 2025.
We appreciate your participation in this thrilling 2024 voyage. Remember to leave a comment with your favorite K-drama moments and tell us who you believe should have received the most attention last year.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with all things K-pop, K-drama, and more global trends here on KChingu News.
Until next time, this is Hanbin.
And I am Nari. I'll see you in the next video.